Hello friends, welcome back. In previous video we have seen the first three types of the structural isomerism, that is ionization isomerism, hydrate isomerism and the ligand isomerism. In this video we are going to study the remaining four types of the structural isomerism that are involved in the section isomerism in coordination complexes. So let's start with this. We are having the fourth type, that is the linkage isomerism, which is also known as the salt isomerism. So what do you mean by linkage isomerism? This type of isomerism results when a monodentate ligand which has the two different atoms available for the coordination. So we can say that in a monodentate ligand, when two different atoms which are available to link to the central metal atom, then it results in the formation of the linkage isomerism. The linkage between the metal and the ligand in one isomer is through one ligand atom and through another atom in its isomer, right? The best known example of this type of ligands, so the ligands which are showing the linkage isomerism are NO2 minus, SCN minus and S2O3 minus. Now here we can see that the linkage is either through nitrogen or the oxygen, sulfur or nitrogen, or sulfur and the oxygen. So its example is NH3-5-CONO2-Cl2 and its isomer is NH3-5-COONO-Cl2. Now in one case the linking is through nitrogen atom to the central metal atom, while in the second case the linking is through the oxygen atom to the central atom. So we can draw the structure. In the first case the structure is, we are having the linking is to nitrogen atom, right? It is NO2. So it is named as nitro or also nitrito N, and the name of the complex is nitropentaamine cobalt plus 3 chloride, and it is yellow in color. Whereas the second complex is in which the linking is through oxygen atom. So we are having the linking of this NO2 group through oxygen, and which is called as a nitrito, or it is also called as a nitrito O, and the name of the complex is a nitritopentaamine cobalt plus 3 chloride, and its color is red in color. So this indicates that these two isomers, they are different from each other as they are having the different colors. In these examples, we can say that this NO2 minus ligand, it behaves as an ambidentate ligand. That means it is having a dual behavior. So in one case, the linkage of this is through nitrogen, which is called as the nitro, while in other case, it is linked through oxygen atom, which is called as the nitrito. In first case, nitro, second case, nitrito. This is a difference in the linkage with the same central metal atom, that is a cobalt plus 3, which results in the formation of two different isomers of the same formula. The other examples of the linkage isomerism are, the first one, CONH3 twice, PY twice, ONO twice, NO3. Now in this case, this NO is the linkage isomers or the ligand which is used in the linkage isomer. So its isomer will be NO2. So it is CONH3 twice, PY twice, NO2 twice, NO3. The second example is the iridium, IRNH3-5-NO2-Cl2. So in its isomer, we are having the ONO. So it is IRNH3-5-ONO-Cl2. The third one, that is CrH2O5-SCN2+. This SCN is forming the linkage isomer. So it is CrH2O5-NCS2+. Next example, NH4 CrNH3 twice NCS4. In its isomer, NCS becomes SCN. So it is NH4 CrNH3 twice SCN4. Next example, NH4 twice PT SCN6. Isomer becomes NH4 twice PT NCS6. Next one, Na3AgS2O3 twice Na3AgOSO2S twice. And the last example is the CONH3-5-S2O3 plus. Its isomer becomes CONH3-5-OSO2S plus. In first case, the linking is through sulfur. In the second case, the linking is through oxygen. So these are the examples of the linkage isomerism, in which the monodentate ligands having the two different atoms available for the coordination with the same central metal atom. Next type is the coordination isomerism. So what is the coordination isomerism? This type of isomerism is possible when we are having the two complex ions, when both cation and the anions are the complex. And the coordination isomerism is due to interchange of ligands between complex cation and the complex anion. So its example is a CONH36 CrCN6. So when there is an interchange of ligands between this NH3 and the CN, in first case this NH3 is linked to the cobalt, whereas in the second case this NH3 is linked to the chromium. So there is an interchange between this complex cation and the anion. So it is called as a coordination isomerism. So let's see the structure. The first one is the CONH36Cr6, in which these 6 ammonia they are linked to the cobalt, and the 6 cyanides they are linked to the chromium, whereas its isomer is in which these 6 ammonia they are linked to the chromium in the first case, and the 6 cyanides they are linked to the cobalt in the second case. Therefore they are known as a coordination isomerism, in which there is interchange of ligands between complex cation and the complex anion. The other examples are CONH36 CrC2O4 thrice. Again there is an interchange of ligands between these two. Therefore we are having the CrNH36 COC2O4 thrice. Next example, PtCl4 2 minus CuNH3 4 2 plus. So in this chlorine, in the isomer chlorine will be linked to the copper and the NH3 will be linked to the platinum. So it is PtNH3 4 2 plus CuCl4 2 minus. So these are the examples. Further we can say that the same atom may be the coordination center in both cation and the anion. So its example is CrNH36 CrSCN6. Now instead of interchanging all the ligands, only some ligands are interchanged. So its isomer becomes CrNH34SCN twice, and then CrSCN4NH3 twice. So these are the examples of the linkage isomerism. Next type is the coordination position isomerism. So what is this? It is a special type of coordination isomerism. It involves the different placements of the ligands. It is shown by the bridge complexes, and its example is this one. So these are the examples of the coordination position isomerism. It is shown by the bridge complexes, and in these isomers, one isomer is the unsymmetrical form and the another is the symmetrical form. So the first one is the unsymmetrical form, and the unsymmetrical form is converted into the symmetrical form. So this is the example of the coordination position. One more example. So this is the one form of the bridge complex, and then we are having the second. Again the first one is the unsymmetrical form and the second one is the symmetrical form. So this unsymmetrical and the symmetrical forms, they are known as the coordination position isomers of each other. And the last type, that is the polymerization isomerism. What we can say regarding this? These are not isomers, but they are classified as isomers by the scientist Werner. This isomerism occurs in the compounds which are having the same empirical formula, not the molecular formula, but they are having the different molecular weights. The molecular compositions are multiples of the simplest stoichiometric arrangements. Their examples, we are having CONH3 thrice, NO2 thrice, and its isomer becomes CONH36 CONO2 6. Now they are not having the same molecular formula, but they are having the same empirical formula and the different molecular weights, and hence they are known as the polymerization isomers. Another example, PtNH3 twice Cl2 and PtNH3 4 PtCl4. That means we are increasing the number of metal atoms as well as the ligands. Also, we can say that CONH3 thrice NO2 thrice N times shows following series of polymerization isomers. They are CONH3 thrice NO2 thrice, in which N is the 1. The second case, CONH3 6 CONO2 6, in which N is equals to 2. Then CONH3 4 NO2 twice CONO2 4 NH3 twice. Again N is equals to 2. Then CONH3 5 NO2 CONH3 twice NO2 4 times twice, in which N is equals to 3. Then CONH3 6 CONH3 twice NO2 4 3 times, in which N is equals to 4. And CONH3 5 NO2 thrice CONO2 6 2, in which N is equals to 5. So these are the examples of the polymerization isomerism. So let's summarize all the 7 types of the structural isomerism. The first one is the ionization isomerism. How they occur? They occur due to exchange of ions between the first and the second coordination pair. When there is an interchange of the ions between the first and the second coordination pair, they results in the formation of the ionization isomerism. Second, hydrate isomerism. When there are different number of water molecules are present inside and outside of the square bracket, they forms the hydrate isomerism. Third type, ligand isomerism, in which a ligand itself are isomeric. That means they are having the same point of attachment. The fourth type, linkage isomerism, in which a different point of attachment in the monodentate ligand. That means when the single monodentate ligands gives 2 different atoms available for the linking to the central metal atom. Fifth type, coordination isomerism, in which both cation and anion are forming different complexes. Coordination position isomerism, it is shown by the bridge complexes. And the last one, polymerization isomerism. The molecular compositions are multiples of simplest stoichiometric arrangement. Here we can say that they do not have same molecular formula, but they are having the same empirical formula but different molecular weights, and hence they are known as the polymerization isomerism. So these are the 7 types of the structural isomerism. Thank you.